Yo, what's up? My name is Lex, and you are now watching My Life is a Podcast by this guy, Lex. So, what is up? So this is my new YouTube channel. If you guys are watching this at the time of release, chances are you probably already know who I am, whether like on social media or if you're a friend and all that good stuff. But yeah, just wanted to sort of introduce myself a little bit. I am an English major student at Cal Poly Pomona, about to start my master's program in the fall, so I'm super hyped about that. Just because, yeah, ever since I went back to school, like in 2015, it's all just been like school, back to back semester, whether it was semesters, whether it was like 2 courses in the intersessions or like 5 courses full time in the fall and the spring, back to back. It was didn't realize how heavy that was, how hectic it was, but yeah, got through it. Dang, you know what? Just realized the camera angle is probably going to be a little tilted, but hey, screw it. We're just going to release this anyways. Probably shouldn't have drawn attention to it, or else I probably would have got away with it. But yeah, so, really excited about my master's program, just because, like I said, this summer, it's literally just been me being able to focus on, just like fun things or things I'd rather work on, or that I've never had enough time to work on. I should maybe put it that way better. So yeah, I have like the whole summer off from school and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about going back now, all recharged. Other than that, well, let's see. I'm a nerd. I play video games, mainly Fortnite with the homies. And I mean that's all right. Well, this was episode 1. I'll see you guys next time. Basically sums it up. But yeah, just wanted to also sort of mention the new YouTube channel in general. Lex Talking About Stuff YouTube channel. Mainly going to be about product reviews and all that good stuff. So I already sort of started a little bit of like an origin story as to why on the Awkward Side Hug podcast episode. But just to sort of reiterate, over the years, I've always had tried products or purchased products whether it be like a new type of toothpaste or this or that or whatever. And when I've tried it, I would be like, oh my goodness, this is like actually like this product actually is really good as opposed to all the other like famous brands or if this famous brand is really good, and what have you. But yeah, so like over the years, I've had that itch to sort of do that, and it's definitely the most 30-year-old thing I've ever done in my life. So, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, so it'll be mainly like product reviews. Of course, this podcast, just a solo podcast, probably just going to drop it like once a month, maybe every 2 weeks. And yeah, it's just mainly for me, just like a little therapy session, if you will. And yeah, that's basically it about that. That's me, and that's this YouTube channel. And I also say and but a lot, so hopefully that changes soon. Just realize that's probably not, that's what, when you're a person who can't coherently say 2 or 3 sentences in a row, I feel like that's sort of the qualifications of, that type of person should start a podcast. So we're here now. We'll just run with it. But yeah, so my name's Lex. This podcast is called My Life is a Podcast by Lex. So sorry, I thought that was like a fly or something, but I think it was just like a speck of dust. So Yeah, I am an English major. I also work as a tutor, an English tutor at a community college, and I absolutely love that job. That's actually like for the first time this is a position and a job and like like a field of work that like I absolutely love. And you always hear that type of phrase where, you know, when someone does what they love, like a bad day like at that place is better than any best day at any other former job or position, and that's absolutely how I feel about this one. Like this summer semester has been super busy, and like I've had some like back to back to back to back like appointment days, and that's really all of my days that I work basically right now. And like I always tell people, yeah, like the busiest or like quote unquote worst day of like this job is way better than the best day of like any cashier job or manager job that I've ever worked in the past. And it's absolutely true. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. It's absolutely true. But yeah, I kind of get like a little insight with this tutoring job into like, well, what it's going to be like as a professor. Because I get the chance to and the opportunity to work with tons of amazing professors in my job. And it's kind of similar, lines of work where we're helping students. And so after my first semester as a tutor, I was like, oh yeah, I got this. I got my routines, this and that. And then I could kind of tell it's probably going to be the same way as like as a professor, in that like once you start a new semester and you're like, okay, I got this. Then it's like random technical difficulties will pop up and invent themselves out of nowhere, and they're like, hey, you have to press this extra button now. So we're gonna throw that in, and yeah, so that happens a lot as well. But I guess what I'm trying to say is every day is different, and that's awesome because I've worked a lot of jobs where it's routine. It's always the same cash register. It's always the same customers, and here every day is different. Every semester is different. It's awesome. This is, yeah, like I said, this is like the first time I feel like I'm definitely on the career path that I want to be. So I love it. And man, what else? R.I.P. the family dog Daisy. That was a tough one. Yeah, she was an awesome dog. So as I posted on the recently, the family dog Daisy, the little cute poodle, passed away unfortunately like a week or two ago, and she was like 13 years. She made it to be like 14 years almost, and it was tough. Like it's crazy to think like if you guys ever had like a family pet or like your main pet and they survive that long and like they pass away. It's tough, because it's one thing to be like towards the latter years. It's like, oh man, she's probably not gonna make it like soon or whatever. And it's like, yeah, we got to get ready and prepare for it. Like no matter how much you prepare for it, like when it happens, it's like waterworks like begin for sure. And yeah, she was an amazing dog though. Best dog. And it's crazy to think how much of an effect that like a pet can have in a family or in a person's life. And they almost get to be like little family members. You know what I mean? You're used to seeing them there like all the time. And then once they're not there, it's like, oh, it's the worst feeling ever. Like me and my mom were talking the other day, like, man, every time we pass like the hallway where her little bed was in, and like we see nothing there now. It's like literally like all clean, like tile, and there's no bed there. I'm just like, it's sad. I get hit with a tidal wave of the sadness. But man, she lived a great life though, for sure. And we're definitely happy and thankful for the memories. Dang. So, and then the animal clinic, man. What a beautiful thing. They were like, it's awesome that they're kind enough to have that service where, I guess, so like my pops, took her to be cremated there. And I guess like a week later they had the box ready with like a gold plaque or whatever. And it has her name on there, and then her ashes, and also this like ceramic thing with her paw imprint that they do. And I'm like, that's the one that hit me, because like I remember we were actually at my birthday get together, and my mom calls me in, and is like, oh, like Alexis, come inside, see this. I was like, what is it? And when she opened the back, I saw that. I was like, whoa. And my mom was like, yeah, man, we're like super sad and this and that. It's like, well, like how sad. But then I was like looking, I was like, man, like I was like, you know what? This is actually what we needed, like something to remember her by, which was awesome because like yeah, you see the paw print and then there was like a plastic thing covering it, so I kept putting like my thumb in there and I was like, man, like, and then seeing like the box with the gold plaque and the name, and yeah, like I was saying, I felt like that's like what we needed, like a nice awesome reminder, of the good times, or just like sort of like a physical reminder of the memories in a sense. But yeah, shouts out to that, man. Shouts out to that animal clinic for doing that. But yeah, all in all, pour one out for the homies. R.I.P. Daisy. You're an amazing dog. Shouts out to family pets, man. Definitely give your dog or cat or family pet an extra pet, today for sure. But yeah, shouts out to Daisy. She was an amazing dog. Yeah, and then shouts out to getting old in general, huh? Like I said, we just had like my 30th birthday, like little get together. Just like a small group of people. Hashtag following the CDC guidelines, and I just pissed off like half the people watching this probably right now. Gosh, it's crazy that like the coronavirus has to be political, or freaking justice has to be political. But that's another topic. Other topics for other days. Wild. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm old. 30 years old. So yeah, that's crazy. And I was just thinking like one of the biggest like lessons that I learned like turning 30 is that like it's awesome to have like your circle of friends to be like a tight circle or a small circle. Just to have like a few friends, maybe even just a few acquaintances. That's about it, Because I forgot who I had this conversation with, but like if you think about it, like back to like the elementary school days, that was more of like the more real life, or the more people who you could call your friends in elementary school, the more popular you were, right? The more people you knew, the more popular you were in real life. And I feel like in your 20s and stuff, like college era and like social media, it's like online. It's the same concept, but it gets transferred to online. And so like the more social media friends you have, or followers you have, the more popular you are or whatever. But my biggest lesson learned turning 30 is that, you know what? I like having a few amount of really good friends and maybe a few acquaintances, and that's it. Because I remember just recently, like someone unfollowed me or something, right? And I looked at the page and I was like, you know what? I've never been that person's friend to begin with, so that's actually pretty awesome. Like it's cool. Like yeah, like go that, like go, like the idea of like, you don't have to be everyone's friend anymore, because if you don't get along, you don't get along, and you guys could live two separate lives and just be just fine and live your best life, And same thing goes with me. I'm sure like everyone, or it's happened in the past where people like, just like whether it's breakups or friends unfollowing or even blocked for some reason. When friends like fall out of your life, it's a good thing, I think. Yeah, and like I was saying about myself, like, like I'm sure people view me like that, in that like, hey, I've never really been this guy's friend ever, but just because we went to like the same elementary school, I added him on social media. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and unfollow or unfriend. Like, it's awesome because like I was saying with that example, when the specific person unfollowed me, I was like, yeah, I've never hung out or talked to this guy, and like we always like faked a hello like every time we said, and like, and then low key I knew he was talking crap about me, so screw that guy. But anyways, my life is a podcast. It's just me just talking crap about life and my life, and throwing subliminals into a camera. But yeah. So shouts out to life, man. Keep your circle tight, because it's okay. Because those are the people who really care about you at the end of the day. So I love y'all. I love my peoples, for sure. And shouts out to whoever's like, look, and if you, shouts out to you guys, because just like I said in the at the end of my first product video that I did with the Nike Downshifter 10, you guys are officially my day ones, and shouts out for you guys to, like, you know, for being here from day one. Or even if this is like an old podcast and you came back to watch this, shouts out to you for even going back to the original to watch it. So I appreciate that, because if you support, you support. That's super dope. Because this is just like an idea. Like I said, just like I've tried some products in the past that I was really happy with, and I decided to tell everyone else about it. Or even if there's ones that I wasn't happy with, I want to tell everyone else about it and why I wasn't happy with it, or why I'm happy with these products. Stuff like that. I guess this podcast is really just like a product review on my life. So, that's how you know I'm like running out of things to say. I'll probably keep this short, these podcasts, just like 15-20 minutes in general. Not by choice, just because I didn't get a large enough file of microdisc, so that's really why. Being super transparent here. But otherwise, I would probably still just keep it like 20-30 minutes anyways, starting off. But yeah, so what else? I wanted to talk about one more thing, actually. Like one final quote, like about life in general. And this is awesome, because like Brian told me this quote, because I think I was like getting over like a bad breakup or something one time. And you know what? Okay, he said it was like from Game of Thrones, but because Brian told me, it just like hit different since Brian told me. So in my mind, Brian made this quote up, even though it's probably a Game of Thrones thing. And like as soon as I say it, like half of you guys will probably be like, "Yeah, that's Game of Thrones. It's actually not Brian." But in my mind, it's Brian. And it's this quote where, and this goes for like relationships and like breakups, or even like friends, if you ever had best friends even who you've had a falling out with. And there's this quote that says, when things end, when breakups happen, or like when relationships fall apart like that, and you really hurt about that because you really cared for this person, you really love this person, just know that they're the ones who lost someone that loved you to death. You just lost someone who didn't really care about you. So in essence, they're the ones who had the bigger loss in the life of that relationship or friendship or whatever. And you know what? Yeah, that's probably from Game of Thrones, but Brian said it to me, and now in my mind, that's Brian's quote. So, in fact, I'm gonna probably do like a meme where like where I get a picture of Brian like holding a Coke or something, and then like put that quote. And then I'm gonna say it's from him. So, yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. My name's that's it for this one. My name's Lex. This was My Life is a Podcast by Lex. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's just me literally just rambling on. It's basically just like my therapy session for like once a month or twice a month. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get some conversation started in the comments about anything that I talked about getting old, whatever. If you have a take or your 2 cents, drop them down below. And I'll see you on the next one. Product reviews, podcasts, all that good stuff. So thank you so much.